ready now. Let's get ready now. Let's get ready to Star Trek. Good evening and welcome to another episode of Star Trek Adventures. This one is episode 8. Can you imagine? We've been going for 8 episodes already. It doesn't feel like it from my point of view. Oh, just having a nice drink there. And I'd like to introduce my fellow compatriots. That doesn't make sense. My intrepid adventuring group. We have James, who's playing as Tabby, Patrick, who's playing as Farron, and of course, from Question of Trek, Captain Dowd, who's playing Lieutenant Dowd. That's not confusing at all.
No, not at all. I'm nothing if not incontinent. I mean consistent.
I love it. Well, I have a question for you all. Can anyone remember what happened last week?
Before we finished, we beamed aboard some human that was running away from Romulans.
Ah, yes.
And a warbird was closing in on us.
Yes. That's about right. But didn't you go somewhere? You're above a planet.
Yeah, Moaning 3? No, that's not right. Moana 3?
Iconian gateway.
Yes. So it's not Planet of the Nymphomaniacs.
And they're not. I just tumbled to that. Okay. A day late and $1 short. Oceanic World, Ring of Islands, Ancient City, Southern Hemisphere. Sorry. A runabout was found on it. Tracked back to Starbase 117 and was declared missing. Ancient something ship in ruins. Ancient city, maybe? Ancient something.
It's an ancient alien spaceship.
Oh, alien. That's what that was. Ancient alien spaceship. I wrote down Iconian, wrote down life signs, 1 human, 1 Romulan, and wearing a communicator assigned to Ensign Lassalle. And the next thing we know, proximity alert, and Romulans are the Romulan warbird Axia is attempting to parallel park beside us.
That is far more coherent than the old joke. So, can anyone remember last week's dungeon exploration? Yes, I've got my notes. Turned left, found potion, don't trust elf. So, yes.
My first orders are to hail the warbird.
You want to? Oh, that's a very good point. One thing to remind everyone, because Tabby wasn't here for last week's campaign. The entire bridge crew are currently in sickbay. The entire main bridge crew are currently in sickbay because something appears to have poisoned them. So you guys are the only ones active on the bridge, except for one person who appeared to be infected with a parasite, and then you shot that person.
Yeah. All the parasites on our ship have been dealt with.
Yes, the parasites on your ship. There's a bit of an echo. Is someone got their chat turned up too much?
I don't think so.
I might. You guys can't hear it, can you?
No, I can't.
I can hear some vague thing in the background, but I'm not sure what it is.
It's in my headphones, isn't it? Because it might be my sound deck. I might be hearing myself. Okay, that's fine. Yes, last week you developed a scan to find the parasites and beamed them out of the ship. So hopefully your crew were okay, but let's find out.
Well,
you heard it here first. Oh, sorry.
Go on, one at a time.
I was just going to say, you heard it here first. Zoe does indeed like the sound of her own voice.
I don't. That's the thing. I didn't even recognize it.
Who is that daft lady? Why won't she pack it in?
I know. Every time I speak, I hear this thing. Oh, it's me. So
That's the one thing I don't like about watching these things back is hearing my own. I don't think many people enjoy the sound of their own voice. Maybe Adele, but that'll be it.
I have to admit,
I hate the sound of my voice.
Adele likes the sound of your voice.
well, who wouldn't? It's soft and creamy.
Oh yeah, you're very posh. Yes.
So here's the thing.
One thing we can check, there's this thing called settings, and there's a setting called echo cancellation. If anyone has it turned off, that might be the problem.
There's an echo cancellation. Oh,
On
there
my
is.
phone, I just checked mine as
You
well.
lost me at
If
settings.
anyone has it, that might be the problem.
There is a setting. My goodness, I did not know that. See, I just run this thing. I don't know how it works.
Oh,
So
mine's checked, so that means it's activated.
Yeah,
Is that right?
That's the problem with them being checked and all that is that I've got it checked as well, but I'm pretty sure it don't work.
Yeah, well, there you go. Hiya, Krista.
Hello, Krista Duke. How you doing? Have a great evening. Hope you're doing fine. My question to you, given that what I've got here, what I read out last week, but I'll read it again, is what do you do when a proximity alert sounds as a Romulan warbird suddenly appears on your sensors? Shimmering onto the view screen, the warbird swoops at you. It raises its shields and powers its weapon systems. Hails will go unanswered. You have no choice but to engage in ship-to-ship combat. Dum, dum, dum.
Red alert! All hands to battle stations. Load all torpedo bays. Ready phasers.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button there. Hang on. There we go. If I press this, does that mean that? Yes, we all get to be on the bottom of the screen. Hey. So everyone gets a nice look at what's going on.
I could make a rather rude joke, but I won't.
Here's the question. With raised shields, what do you do? Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to scroll down now. We've gone past the area that we've already done. This is the new battlefield because we're in space. How cool is that?
Those are moons, is it? And
Yep,
the oceanic world of Moana 3.
Yep.
Right.
So,
I'm situated. So they're within our line of sight?
Well, they appear to be on the other side of that moon, but there's no reason why we can't fire at them.
Don't encourage us.
My question is to you all. What do you do?
Lieutenant Dowd, fire a warning shot.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
sorry, hails are going on, not to be that guy on the bridge, but hails have gone unanswered?
Hails go unanswered, yes.
Okay, so firing a warning shot.
Okay.
Across the bow.
I need to grab the rulebook.
Are we? Is there any chance that we're going to hit it and blow it up by accident? That'd be very boring for everybody.
Give me 1 second. I just need to remember how ship-to-ship combat works.
That's what I said. Fire a warning shot.
Yes. Not a Discworld style warning shot. You're going to try and kill that man, Sergeant? No, sir. Just a warning shot through the head.
Oh, God.
Right, Starship Combat 221. Oh, straight to it. My goodness. Okay.
Fire a warning shot past off the starboard bow.
Klingons off the starboard bow. Or Romulans, I suppose, in this case, but it's too many syllables to fit in the song.
Okay,
Rommies?
Here we go. Fire. How do you? Oh, please just tell me how to fire the bloody phasers. Come on. Why are role-playing game rulebooks so annoying?
Well, maybe we could give that rulebook a miss, because we're not actually engaged in combat. We're just firing a warning shot across the bow.
I found it now. It's okay. The attacker attempts a control plus security task, assisted by the ship's weapons plus security. So here we go. So
the ship is a character with its own stats as well?
The ship is a character, yes.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, it's interesting.
2d20.
Yes, 2d20. I'll need. Yeah, you're the tactical officer, so I need control plus security.
I've got a 6 and a 7.
Okay, and I'm going to assume that you've got more than 7 in both of your, at least one of your stats in total. So
11 and 1.
that's 2. I don't know what the computer's thing is, but I'm going to say you've hit it because that's 2 successes. So you successfully fire the warning shot across their bow. Who else wants to do something while they're here?
Well, can we resume hails, or is there any way to do a forceful hail?
You could just open a channel and shout at them. You know how Picard sometimes does. Klingon vessel, you have violated the Federation territory.
Okay, so yeah, maybe we could. Oh wait, we can we scan through shields? Probably not.
I'm not entirely sure. I know you can't fire or transport, but I believe I believe you can, because it's always like they're powering weapons and things like that. So scanners must work.
Could we not just beam onto their bridge and rugby tackle the people doing the firing controls?
Unfortunately, their shields are raised. You can't transport through shields because we are not the Dominion. The Dominion can beam through shields.
Oh yeah, Dominion can do anything they want.
So, are you wanting to scan them?
If that's an option, that sounds like a thing that one might want to do.
Okay. What are we scanning for?
Numpties.
Numpties.
Did you say numpty? Numpty.
By numpties, do you mean the parasites?
That's a thing that we could try. Yes.
I like that. The numpties.
Yeah, I think an intensive bioscan would be the ticket.
Okay.
If we can figure out what we're doing.
I'm going to need a control plus operations, I believe it is.
Control. I don't have that. Ooh, excuse me.
Give me 1 second. I've just got to bring up the thing.
Okay.
Oh, it's not there, is it? It's security and science, engineering, and medicine. Control plus security, please.
Well, if it's a bioscan, could it be security? Okay, 1.
You can go for medicine if you want. Medicine sounds about right, actually. Give me a sec. Yeah, I'll let you go for that.
Sorry, is it Dad or me that's rolling for this?
You're flying the ship, so we'll come to what you're doing in a second, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Cool. Lieutenant Dowd, could I please have a control plus medicine check?
So that's 8 and 4. So that's 12. And then 2d20, is it?
Yes, please.
Okay. 8 and 10. So 18 and 10. So that's 1 success.
1 success. That's fine for a scan. So what you can see is it is a full complement of Romulan officers are aboard that ship. I'm assuming the scan was to see if because we did say a numpty check, whether the parasites were on board.
Quite.
They don't appear to be.
Oh. No apparent numpties.
Apparent numpty, I love it.
That's good. Well, it's shorthand, isn't it? Numpty.
Launch a shuttlecraft to cause confusion. Can they be autopiloted, says Krista. Yes, you can. There's several episodes where that happens, in fact. It's rather cool. Okay, so we've come over to Tabby with Tabby at the helm. What are we doing?
We appear to be involved in a pitched battle with some kind of Romulan ship. Can we hide behind the moon?
That is a possibility. Yes, we can move around the moon. What I'll need for that, however, is a control plus con check.
That's 9 plus 2.
Yep.
And
2d20.
you want to roll, is it 2d20?
It is, yeah. I need to find my ship stats as well now.
The numbers are 20 and 12.
So 2 fails, unfortunately.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the Galaxy class starship. 245 to 46. Where's my stats? Where's my stats for the Galaxy class? Aha! Here we go. Right. So here we go. Doesn't really help with the con, but it does help with everything else. So let's do this. Right. With the assistance of the computer, you are able to navigate. So we've got a success, and you can successfully move. What the hell happened there? Okay, that didn't work out well. Let me put the screen back and try and bring up the. You're successfully moving behind the moon. So now it's the Romulans' turn. Here we go. They've also got to do some checks to see if they can move as well, just to keep it nice, you know. Right. Well, 18-1. That's a great set of results. Oh dear. So they're going to try and come round as well and circle round to try and keep up with you. They really don't like you guys. That's all they're doing now, though, because they're not in range. Because unfortunately, I've failed my weapons checks. So it's like that time when I built up the commander. It's like he's the big guy bringing out the big guns. He's missed.
Pride goeth before the fall, doesn't it?
It does. So let's get back to what you're doing next. Ferrin, what's your plan?
Log onto their shield generator and open fire.
Lock onto the shields. Oh, that's a good idea. Right, I have some stats for doing that. Where is it?
I've got something in my book.
I have. It actually tells me how to lock onto things and what the...
Is it your foot?
Okay. Okay, I'll need a task for that one. To lock onto their shields will be... Right. I need you to roll control plus security again.
Yep.
Where's Big gone? Where's all my stats? That's the Defiant. Celsius. Ah, here we are. Galaxy. So it's weapons and security.
Right. I've got a 2 and a 10.
Yeah. I rolled a 20 for the computer. The computer failed. So it's a good thing that you did it. So you're locking on, and I'm going to need you to roll a. What is the firepower on a Galaxy class? Give me 1 second. I need to know how many dice you roll for this. It's a lot. I know that. Oh, I don't need Voyager.
I've 12 beta arrays.
Okay, let's see. Tractor beam of strength 5. That's not what I need, is it? Where's the stats? Oh my goodness. Okay, phasers. What's phasers? I don't believe this. This manual is not well laid out, I'll tell you that. Seriously, where's the bloody stats for a phaser? Don't need Danu class runabout. Where's the phasers? Give me some phasers. Wouldn't mind, but I know we've already fired them at least once because we blew up that door in episode 1.
As Nanny would say, sit quietly, it'll come to you.
No, it won't. Nothing ever comes to me if I'm quiet. Everyone overlooks me. Come on, let's just. Where's faces in the manual? Come on, I'm looking in the thing at the back. Faces, page 192. This Dungeons and Dragons just has a list of damage things. That's what I want. So much better laid out. Seriously, oh for goodness sake. Okay, well I've got melee weapons. That's something. Where's my ship of phasers? Oh my goodness, this is so bad. Okay, that didn't work. Right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm putting the manual aside and going for the starter set. I think that has it. Sorry about this. We will get to damage in a minute. We know that you've hit. That's the main thing. That's the main thing right now. We know you've hit. Star Trek Adventures. Where is it? Starter set. Hold on. GM screen. GM screen. Will that have it? No. Seriously? That's just ridiculous. Okay, that didn't work. Where's my starter set?
While Zoe is looking for her information, I thought this would be a nice time to look at some viewer mail. And first cab off the rank is a letter to us that reads, "Hello, I have just moved to a strange sector of the galaxy." What do you want to do that for? "And I would like to meet a lot of people in a short amount of time."
Okay.
You could get assimilated by the Borg.
Go to Deep Space Nine.
Actually, Zoe got me thinking of Patricia Routledge's monologues the other day, and I decided to rewatch some of them. That was shamefully stolen, well, adapted from a Patricia Routledge Miss Kitty dialogue where she does some viewer mail, and it was I think her original one is, if you want to meet a large number of people in a short amount of time, you could get caught shoplifting. So I adapted it for a Star Trek audience.
Oh, that is really good.
She was wonderful. She did lots of monologues, but those Miss Kitty ones were really, I don't know how somebody can memorize a monologue the way she did, but
okay, it says here that the Romulans the Deridex class Warbird, which I love, they're the best, has a damage rating of 10. I'm going to say that the Enterprise's Galaxy class probably has a similar damage level, so we're going to use 10. If you so, Patrick, could you please roll 10d6?
wow. I don't think I've done that one before.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bulky one, isn't it?
10d6.
Yeah.
There's only a 1d6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8.
Did you say there's 5?
There's a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, 5, a 6, and an 8.
If you roll 5 twice, that would give us it.
There goes Joey showing off her maths again.
But the first one goes to me 6,
Elite
6,
arithmetic skills.
5, 6, and 6.
Sorry, could you repeat that, Patrick?
6, 6, 5, 6, 6 for the first one.
Okay, I know that some of them are really good hits. 6, 6, 5.
That was almost Yahtzee.
Okay, so that's 2, 4, 6. Yeah, that's 10. So you've hit 10 times. What's the next one? 10 damage.
4, 2, 4, 4, 1.
4, 2, 4, 4, 1. Nothing. 12. Nothing. 14. 15. So that's 15 damage. And you get a couple of effects. Your effects you can choose. Where are the effects that you can choose for a starship? I've got them here somewhere. Okay, where's the starship damage effects? Give me the damage effects. Give me the damage effects. Where are we? Okay, we're trying to hit on the thingamajigs, aren't we? On the shields.
Shield generators.
Okay. Right. If you'd like to use the 2 effects that you've got, actually no, you've got 4 effects. If you'd like to use the effects you've got, you could either get 2 hull breaches or disable their shields.
Disable the shields because I've got a plan.
Okay, you've managed to success. The the USS Enigma manages to bank across and fire a volley of phaser fire, which breaches their shields and actually manages to damage the shield generator. It's going to be down for a while. They now need to try and repair that. So, Lieutenant Dowd, you're up.
Okay, so maybe let's see if they're in a mood for a chat. Open hailing frequencies and tell them that we're sparing them for a reason, because we are facing a common enemy.
Okay, let's see what we can do. Do they?
And do they have any Grey Poupon?
Okay, let's see. They don't seem to want to stop him. Okay, they're not going to... I'm just checking on the... I've got a few notes here that tell me what their mentality is. They're not going to answer your hail. So your hail goes unanswered. Sorry.
Okay.
Ensign Tabby, beam 2 nuclear missiles on board that bridge.
Oh my God.
It'd be surprising might have, really should. I was wondering whether we might maybe try beaming something else first, like a cake or...
A cake. A nice Victoria sponge.
Oh my God. Every time with the bloody nukes.
Well, it's the only way to be sure of these antisocial idiots.
We found there weren't any numpties on board, so we probably don't need to obliterate the Romulans, do we?
But I think using the transporters has some merit. Maybe if we beamed someone over, if we beamed the commanding officer, whoever's standing in the center of the bridge, beam them over to us, force the conversation, if you will.
Can we beam straight into our brigs? That would be nice.
I think,
yes.
Well, although that said, our brigs may be rather full at the minute.
they are kind of full, yes.
Engaged.
So this is the question, Tabby. What do you want to do?
Well, if we can beam everyone who's controlling their ship that's attacking us onto a part of our ship that we can beam more into the canteen and sort of get a security cordon around the canteen.
You want? Okay. For that, I will definitely need some rolls. So I will need a...
The beam with the canteen will have plenty of rolls.
How about beaming them into the causeway and the warp zones?
I will need a control plus security check, please.
So control is 9, security is 4.
Mm-hmm.
You want a 2d20 roll?
Yes, please.
So that's 19 and 8.
Okay, 19 and 8, so that's 1 success. Plus with the computer, that's another success. Unfortunately, you can't beam them all. You could only beam a small portion of them because they need 3 successes to get the entire bridge crew. But you could get the main people in the middle if you want.
Let's get the main people in the middle, shall we? And put them in the canteen.
You have managed to beam a... Krista suggests a cake laced with arsenic.
It's anesthetic.
Anesthetic. Sorry, not arsenic. Oh,
you're getting a bit bloodthirsty too now.
I've been listening to too many true crime podcasts.
Perhaps.
So,
this brief case is one that I listen to when I'm doing modeling in the shed. Yes.
So here's the question now. Now that you've beamed several armed Romulans into your kitchens and put up a force field, what's going to happen next? So
cut off computer access to 10 forward.
Unfortunately, I get to go next because it's my turn with the Romulans. So that's Let's see. Well, given that their command crews just disappeared from the middle of the bridge, but you didn't get them all, there's still some guys over there. They're not happy now. So, and they're firing on you. And they've hit them.
Are our shields still up?
Sorry, your shields are still up, yes.
So they're firing on a ship that has their own people on it.
Yes. I didn't say they were the smartest.
Yeah. Trust a Romulan. So
1, 2, 3, 4. Give me 1 second to check on these again. 6. That doesn't count. 8. 10. That doesn't count. And 12. So they've done 12 damage. Oh, the Romulans are hammering your shields. Oh, but they don't get through. So the shields are down to like 70%. What do you do? Arsenic and anesthetic, just to be sure. Hello, train skids.
What's at a timer of 15 seconds to you can beam it across to that bridge.
Okay, arming a nuke, and you're sending it over. I will need a control plus security check from you, please.
Yep. $11 and 6.
Right, and what's your combined thing again?
Combined thing.
Control plus security. What are the?
12.
So 2 successes. You have beamed a nuke over to the Romulan ship. Oh dear. Right. While we're waiting for that, could I have what Lieutenant Dowd is going to do?
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe we can. I mean, what do you do? I suppose we open Haley. I mean, isn't it? What is the definition of insanity? Just keep doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result.
Well, the nuke's already gone off.
No, in 15 seconds, I'm going to say it's going to go off at the end of this turn, this round even. So we'll see how it goes.
So, yeah, I think, yeah, I kind of want when the timer go down to 0, a little thing comes out like those pretend rifles, like instead of saying kaboom or bang or whatever, it says ready to talk. Can you hear me now?
You can't ruin my fun, Lieutenant.
Say again?
You can't ruin my fun.
Well, your fun's going to get us all before a tribunal or something. I would respectfully submit opening hailing frequencies and basically something to the effect of, are you ready to talk now, or would you rather go down with your ship? I repeat, we have a common enemy and your empire is in serious danger.
You do know they'd rather die in battle than...
Pardon?
You do know they'd rather die than be friends with the Federation.
Well, but if we tell them that the Romulan Star Empire is in mortal danger, maybe that will because I'm not just a pretty face at the controls. I also have mental powers, and I'm trying to intuit what will reach them.
Surely they will consider that a threat against them from the Federation.
Unfortunately, it appears that they are a little bit busy right now. So
With
they don't
what?
answer.
With what, I ask myself.
So they don't answer your hails.
Okay, so I've wasted my not wasted, but I've done my turn. Okay.
Yeah, you've done your turn. Tabby, what is your decision?
Can we beam everyone else off the ship and onto our ship?
It's. Are you okay, Jen? Yeah, you're not on camera. It's fine. Jen's just wondering if she can wander past without coming into the background, because the camera's facing toward a wall, so she's perfectly fine. So,
is she trained kits, etc.? Is that Jen? No,
Jen would just come in as Jenny Kirk.
Oh, what she did? Oh, okay.
So
I don't know all your train mates. Sorry, carry on.
No worries. You want to try and beam the rest of the crew off. Okay.
Countermanded.
Are we going to be outnumbered?
We're beaming to place a force field. I think the canteen's probably full, so we're beaming to the lavatories and put a force field around the lavatory. That should be.
It's going to be very difficult to get all 1,000 people off this thing before it explodes.
I'm countermanding that request.
On what grounds, Commander?
Security. Well, I'm not risking having a ship, Warbird's worth of Romulans lose on my ship.
We're putting force fields around them. I think that's the plan.
We've got force fields around the grain. We've got force fields around the Klingons.
Yeah,
all using enough force fields. We can't afford the power.
Yeah, the lights are beginning to dim a bit. It's getting.
Okay, well, you can certainly try if you want.
Let's try, shall we? So, what attributes do you need?
That would be again a control plus security, but it's going to be a much higher difficulty if you're trying to get them all. I'm going to say you're going to need 4 successes.
Well, that's a lot of successes.
Yes, which would mean you'd have to use up the 1 momentum you've got to buy a success, and hope that the computer can help you.
That's it's a little on the tight side. Can we perhaps instead just sort of move around the other side of the moon so that when it goes off, none of the parts with us?
Yes, we can do that. For that, I just need control plus con.
9 plus 2.
Yeah.
And so that gives me, I rolled 10 plus 14.
Okay, so that's 1 success. That's enough to get you out of the way. And you are now on the opposite side of the moon. They won't be shooting at you when 3, 2, 1, bang! Sir, sensors don't spot any Romulans. Can't believe you just beamed a friggin' nuke onto the ship. So, no Romulans around. Beep. Security to bridge. We have a problem in the mess hall, sirs. The Romulans are attempting to fire their way out of the shield.
Oh, we didn't think to disable any weapons in the transport.
No.
Well, that's a mistake you only make once, isn't it?
Switch to transporter room 3. Lock onto the Romulans phasers and beam them up. Beam them into space.
The phasers are the Romulans, sir.
The Romulans phasers.
We have to imagine there's an apostrophe in there.
Okay, you beam the phasers away. That is actually something that they never do on the show, do they? They should.
Yes,
they should really
they have that good thing of being able to disable weapons in the matter stream, which I think is a nice idea.
At least they got the Romulans beamed into space, but only their weapons.
Okay, with the computer's assistance, they are able to beam the weapons off the Romulans into space. So, the question is, what do you do now?
What, Lieutenant Cloud? Since you're so insistent on beaming them aboard, you can deal with them.
Shall we go and interrogate them one by one with cake?
With cake. I think they prefer hot fish juice or something like that. I don't know that they're into cakes.
I don't think Romulans like tea and cake.
They probably think it's poisoned. You nuked a bloody warbird.
Yeah. The opinions expressed in the destruction of that ship are not necessarily those of the Enigma in general or all of its crew.
Or any but one of its crew, I suspect.
Oh my goodness, guys.
I said it at Nuremberg, and I'll say it again. I was just following orders.
Did you say it in Nuremberg while you were there on holiday? Because I'm pretty sure you're not that old.
Oh.
No, the Romulans were firing on us.
That is true. They had been offensive, and you certainly ended the fight.
I mean, could just have kept going around the moon all the time.
Chasing each other around table. Or we could have just, it could have been like a death of 1,000 cuts, destroy weapons. Then, the next missile's going to be life support or whatever. I don't know. I'm not good at threatening.
You've been playing FTL.
But I was mainly hoping the Romulans would see reason.
Their reason was very
being
alien.
stubborn.
Cowboy diplomacy at its best.
If they'd only answered the hailing frequencies, I would have had to torpedo the nuke beams back aboard here.
You're on a
If they'd only
50-second
been nice.
timer. What are you going to do? Beam it back in and hope that doesn't go off?
Can we maybe interrogate the Romulans one by one? We'll take Ferren and a cake.
Okay.
Well, the only thing I would say, Tabby, and this is only because you weren't here before, and I need reminding of this to myself, isn't a fair few of our crew compromised? Isn't 5% or something of our crew compromised?
Yeah.
So I would be more in favor of transporting however many we have to maybe the ready room or somewhere where we're more contained, whereas the cafeteria, wherever they are, might be a bit more, may open us up to insurrection from within.
You beamed out the things, though. So at the moment, the 5% of your crew that were infected with the neuroparasites are actually unconscious.
Oh, good. Oh, okay. Well, then let's go have some nosh.
But does the nacelles on a Galaxy class have causeways like NX-01?
Have what?
The catwalk. Catwalk.
If you remember, there was an episode of Enterprise where they were camping in the nacelles.
Oh yeah, they will have. They'll have walkways to be able to do routine maintenance on them. You're not suggesting shoving the Romulans in the engines, are you?
No, just one for interrogation purposes.
Well, I think we should interrogate them one by one. We should have we should probably take everybody with us. And also bring a cake, whatever kind of cake.
If the nacelles are safe for NX-01 crew members, they're surely safe for us on the Galaxy.
I would not suggest putting enemy combatants into the engines of your ship.
I tend to concur with Zoe on that one.
Well, it didn't work out with the Romulans when they were beamed aboard that holographing ship.
What about using a holodeck as a interrogation chamber?
I can't actually think of a reason why you couldn't do that. You could put them on the holodeck.
Yeah, but would another room come up and disable the safety protocols?
And what environment would you suggest we whip up for them?
How about we put them into a sort of padded cell?
So now we have a cupboard monkey singing highlights of Tom Jones.
It's not unusual to be loved by
Loved by
anyone.
anyone.
Do-do-do-do. No one can survive that.
Yeah, I think there's a POW regulation against that. I'm sure there's a subsection.
It's got to
About
violate the
Zoe.
Treaty of Algeron.
But the Geneva Convention no longer exists in the 24th century.
Well, I'm sure it was replaced by something else.
Given the nuclear wars, I'm not sure Geneva exists in the 24th century.
So if we're going to interrogate, Krista makes a good point that I should go because of my mentals.
That is true.
Or Dowd's mentals,
Yep,
they're not
yep.
mine.
Why don't we all go? We all have our own.
As I said,
different
Lieutenant,
techniques.
you haven't been to board, so they're your responsibility.
But we all have our own different techniques. May I suggest that we each have a contiguous round of questions for one Romulan each, or one Romulan. So we for each Romulan we each have a substantial round of questions.
Very well. Let's do it.
Right. Set up the holodeck to have one chair with chains and a lamp.
And a cake.
Okay, here we go. Computer initializing program. Ferran Entertainment Center 1. I joke.
I shudder to think.
Okay, so we're in the holodeck, and each of you is in a separate block in the holodeck with one of the Romulans. Ferran, since you're at the top of my screen, why don't you start? You're with the commanding officer, it seems.
Well, I've got one of those polls how he came out in Living Witness.
Oh dear. So, what is your question?
Mr. Romulan Captain, you'll tell us what you're doing in this sector.
I can't remember whether we're in. Hang on, where are we?
We're in the holodeck.
No, give me a second. Where is this place? I just realised I don't know which sector we're in.
Moana, so it might be the Disney sector.
Moana. Yeah, I don't know where the Moana thing is. That is interesting, isn't it? Okay.
You've illegally entered Federation space.
Have they? That's the question.
In a cloaked ship in violation of the Treaty of Algeron.
Give me 1 second. I know this is slowing things down, but I have to find out.
Don't worry about it. I've moved to a comfy chair.
Those are the best sort of chairs, I think.
Well, you've got a pretty flash one yourself.
It has wings, which is a start.
Oh, for goodness sake! So
This Joe Armin's falling apart.
Oh dear.
So I tried to bring up information on where Moana 3 is. All I got was a picture of the woman from Moana wearing a Star Trek uniform. It doesn't really help.
Space.
I'm going to say it's Federation. I think it's actually probably Klingon, given where we were. It's probably Klingon space.
You entered Federation space in a cloaked vessel. That's violating the Treaty of Algeron. Talk!
Starfleet, not every part of space is Federation space. This is not Federation territory, and you know it.
Well, I've just declared the Federation has annexed this system. Under the authority vested in me by Starfleet Command, as acting captain of this vessel, I have hereby annexed to this system
Oh my goodness. Just saying it doesn't make it so. We were here before you arrived.
Don't lie to me. Whack.
We saw you. We saw you enter the system. Why are you here? We had this situation under control.
Please remember, you're a prisoner. Remember, you're a guest aboard my vessel. I am here to question you. You are not here to question me.
If I'm a guest, then I can be free to leave, yes?
Wrong.
Then I am not a guest.
Wrong.
I refuse to answer any more of your questions.
If you want to invoke your right to leave, you're welcome to, and I'll beam you directly into the nearest sun.
Well, that sounds like typical Federation nonsense. Being all kind with one hand and forceful with the other.
I'm not acting on behalf of the Federation. I'm acting on behalf of Bajoran security. And Bajor comes before the Federation in my book.
Well, we all know what the Bajorans are like, don't we?
Well, if we can chase off the Cardassians, we can handle the Romulans.
Be that as it may, I refuse to answer any more of your questions. Okay, let's see how Lieutenant Dowd handles it. You're with the first officer.
Okay. Your captain has previously testified. Well, we're not in court, are we? So, sorry, are we in a different? Like, are we keeping them separated?
Yeah, the holodeck's basically generated 3 separate rooms, and you're all isolated until you want to switch things up.
Okay, you'll be happy to know who am I talking to?
The first officer.
What's his or her name?
She's called
Commander Sella.
Yeah, Sella sounds like a decent Romulan name. It just happens to be one that.
Yeah, fun fact, it's Romulan for Sally off Coronation Street. So
Commander Sella was Tasha Yar's daughter.
Yes, she was, but this is not the same Sella. It's just a random person.
It's a common name. Yeah, it's a fairly common name. So, Commander Sella, your captain has been singing like a songbird in the next cell over there, and tells us that. Was criticizing us for, barging in with our size 12s because you guys had the situation well in hand. What situation is that, pray?
Oh, I think you'd know, otherwise you wouldn't be here. The Klingons have clearly been working with these parasites, and we're here to clean up their mess.
And that's an interesting story because we have found evidence of Romulan involvement as well as Klingon involvement. I'd say you've got a bit to answer for there.
Oh, really?
It doesn't justify you entering Federation space.
You're not in the room, Farron.
I'm taking my earpiece out.
We can still hear.
It's true, you can still hear.
The walls are paper thin in this holodeck.
Yeah, remember, we're only in one holodeck.
So you think that because Romulans were involved, there was a Romulan involved at some point in what you saw, that the Romulans must be involved? Is that what you're claiming? Is that what you're telling me?
The Romulans were definitely involved. We found plenty of evidence on that space station of yours.
Would that be the same space station where we found evidence of a Federation citizen working with the parasites?
Shall I go, or is there more?
Sorry, I'm getting confused on who's there. Yeah, I thought I was replying to you, but it's true. You said that because Romulans were involved, that you found Romulans, that the Romulans must be involved. I say we found evidence of a Trill involved. Does that mean the Federation were working with the parasites as well?
What I can say is, wait, do we have that Romulan in custody?
Which
Are they in
Romulan?
one of our brigs or something? Sorry, I'm out of character for a second. Where is that Trill?
I think they're both on the space station when I nuked it.
The Trill was on the planet that you just came from to get here, and I believe you shot him.
Oh heavens, we are a bit heavy-handed. This is our behavior is a bit difficult to defend in these interviews, but
well, he was fighting you.
He was what? Sorry,
he was fighting you.
Oh, yeah, the Trill's in the brig.
Oh, the Trill's in the brig, okay. But the Romulan wasn't, because the Romulan was super infected, and they definitely got shot.
Yeah, and I think he was on the space station or the planet when we nuked it.
So,
you're right. Your information is consistent with what yes, there was a renegade Trill with no a sanctioning by his government or the Federation at large. You would agree, though, that this parasite, if you are aware of this parasite plot, presents an existential threat to the Federation, to the Klingons, the Klingon. Romulan Star Empire.
Oh, we agree. That's why we're here to clean up the mess.
It would seem that we're here to do exactly the same thing.
How can we be sure?
What the Iconian travel gate means to them?
Well, I spent a fortnight on Vulcan, therefore I cannot lie. It was a package deal, all inclusive. No, okay, so how do I respond to that? Well, gosh, if only Romulans had telepaths. We could have.
Although the Romulans were telepaths.
The Romulans, as an offshoot of Vulcans, are touch telepaths like Vulcans.
Oh well, I am Betazoid. You are Vulcan. Sorry. 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 Slur. Sorry. No. I have friends who are Romulan. I'm not like that. Yeah, my former uncle's neighbor was a Romulan, actually. So I don't see red blood, green blood, pink blood. I just see blood.
So one melt the answers out of them.
Well, what I'm saying is, I can read your sincerity. Is your touch telepathy able to read mine?
Are you gonna? They're touch telepaths. Are you gonna contact?
I can't do it with this. Oh yeah, I can actually. There we go.
Well, then let's see how far into Tabby's got to his interrogation.
If what you
excuse me,
you seem to believe what you're saying.
As do you.
Then perhaps we are on the same side for this one.
Truce? Temporary truce?
A temporary truce, yes.
Well, then, if you'd like to follow me through this door, there's a lovely cat person willing to give you some cake.
Okay, and on that note, we jump over to Tabby. You're with the helmsman.
Yes. Good afternoon. Sorry to trouble you. Would you like a slice of cake?
No.
I hope you've not been offered him a ale as well.
I do not wish for your Federation cake.
But yeah, what kind
Why
of cake
am I here?
We've got some sponge cake if you prefer.
I don't need a sponge or a cake. Why am I here? Why have you taken us prisoner?
Oh well, I think we'll hold on that one because it's really me who's asking the questions. This is, after all, an interrogation. Can I ask what exactly was your role on the ship from which you were beamed a few minutes ago?
You can certainly ask.
Well, if you don't really want to answer the questions or don't want any cake, we can leave you here. But you should know that the ship from which you have been beamed has been exploded.
It's been exploded.
You Federation. We expected nothing less from a Federation. Just bursting in where you're not required and blowing everything up. This is what you do, isn't it? You just fly around space, blowing things up that you don't like.
Well, I think the trouble was you started firing on us. What was the reason for that?
Romulan Houseman, I'm going to show you something else I do to things that I don't like.
You're not in the room.
Bridge to Transporter Room 3. Log on to
You're not in the
room.
Can I just ask you, what was the reason, please, that you were firing on us?
We are in the middle of a top priority mission, and you interfered. You came in where you weren't required. This is not your territory, and you demand answers from me.
And what exactly was the interference?
You interfered in a top priority Romulan mission.
What was the thing that amounted to the interference?
You came in and got in the way. We don't need you here. You're not needed. Your Federation just interfere. You come in and you get in the way. You're always interfering in our other people's business. Why are you even here?
What precisely do you think we were interfering with? What exactly was the operation?
I know how your people think. I am not answering your questions. You will not get any information from me.
How do you think that we think?
It's always the same with you. Your questions seem so open, so friendly, but you're not. You scheme and you scheme. You are not getting anything from me. I know how you guys are. The Federation.
Is that not what you were doing when you were making plans with which we were getting in the way?
Our plans were our plans. For the glory and the security of the Empire, I will not answer your questions, Federation.
What kind of glory did your plans entail?
Not answer your questions, Federation. You will not get anything from me. I am a loyal member of the Empire.
Where do you think you'll be going after this, given that your ship has been exploded?
So you say.
Well, I've joined Ensign Tabby in the room. Step aside, Ensign Tabby. Let me get him.
Oh dear, here we go.
Are you sure you don't want any cake?
We don't need any of your cake.
And you have to eat at some point, don't you? And it's not as if your ship has a canteen left.
What? Well, I've just taken the keg and smashed it in his face.
I'm not going to help very much. It seems rather unwilling to talk. I mean, we can leave you here for an extremely long time, but I'm not sure it's really going to assist very much.
I'm sure you could, but your Federation rules don't allow it.
Ensign Tabby, warn him about the rogue Bajoran on your crew.
What?
Warn him about the rogue Bajoran and what I've already done.
Yes, I think that the trouble is that we've got the fellow who's in charge is not really very good at following the Federation rules. It's not my fault, I'm afraid, but he seems to be quite fond of blowing things up.
Aren't you all? That seems to be what you're well known for, interfering and making things explode. So
we had a
cognitive bias, which you seem to fall into by thinking that the groups of people are all the same, and they're really all quite different to the individuals within them.
I'm sure that's what you'd like to think.
Yes, but I mean, the trouble is, you see that I mean, I'm sure I can bring up the cognitive bias chart if you like.
So, just one clarification, Farron, have you actually entered this room next to Tabby, or not?
Yeah, I'm in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, the trouble is, if you don't have to answer the questions,
the captain's not going to give me anything, and the first officer's cooperating. I thought I might come in and encourage the helmsman to cooperate.
Okay.
A unique brand of encouragement, and
Well,
a damn waste of a good sponge.
Well,
I'm
since
sorry.
Mr. Helmsman's not going to cooperate, here's some way to get him to cooperate.
Well,
Reach the
why
transporter room
don't-
3, lock onto the one with the helmsman, and prepare to beam him into space.
I
gonna
know
suggest
you're-
that-
Now, unless you
I
Now,
know
I'm
you're
just-
bluffing.
tell us what we want to know, I will give the order to have you beamed into space.
I know you're bluffing.
Already had a Romulan space station, research centre on a planet, and a warbird nuked, all in the case of 1 week. Don't think I'm, and I've also been parasites into a sun, so I don't think I'm above spacing you.
Parasites, eh? Is that what you call? Is that what you call those who aren't part of the Federation? You people make me sick.
Transporter room 3, energize.
I'm sorry, I can't do that, Commander.
The paperwork alone.
Yeah, you've just asked a Federation officer to beam someone into space, and they're not going to do it.
Computer, lock onto Romulan helmsman and beam him into space.
Function. Command system override.
The computer's speechless. Look at you, broke the computer.
Temporary.
Unable to comply. Now, request violates safety critical safety protocols. That was the word. We get there in the end.
Acting Captain's authorization, 37 Alpha Tango, disabled safety protocols, and energize.
You actually going to do this?
They wouldn't actually be safety protocols if you just disable them, would they? Really?
Yeah, you probably need a security level of 10 or more.
Yeah. Unable to comply. You can't beam them into space. I'm sorry, there are limits.
Computer, acting Captain, security override, 37 Alpha Tango.
I think alternatively we could just have Farron eat the cake while they watch. That might work.
Lieutenant Dowd, go to the computer core and override.
Well, my friend Sel and I were just having a bit of sponge and catching up. Can it wait?
I'll get your new, well, Lieutenant, get your new girlfriend to get out the rest of our crew to cooperate.
Well, how many is that now? You mean the other two? How many did we beam over? I don't know. I heard that. Was it 3?
I think it was about
Yeah, we'll
5.
go with 3.
No, 3.
That's wise.
You get your new girlfriend to cooperate, and I'll get the captain to officiate the wedding and send forward at the end of this mission.
I hardly know her. So, are you? Is what you're saying is we should bring the 3 together?
Well, we'll have the other 2 in chains.
Well, wow, that's a bit OTT. We're trying to get these people on board. They may be the ones that get other Romulans, uncompromised Romulans, let's hope, to come on board. We're not going to be able to do this on our own.
They're resisting, so I'm making a command decision on the basis that they're probably infected by the parasites.
They're not, though. They checked.
Yeah, we had a look.
Well, Lieutenant, get your new girlfriend to persuade her new friends, her crew, her senior officer to cooperate.
We're just friends at this point. We're not. We don't want to name this. It's way too early in the game. and don't don't ruin this for me. It's been a long time. And second, why don't we bring them together? Because I think I've created a rapport with sorry dear, what's your name? Oh yeah, Seller, Commander Seller. I think we need to convince them of our genuineness, our sincerity, and of the threat.
The captain only.
Sorry?
The captain only.
Oh, okay. Well, have it your way. The other one's probably still picking sponge out of his ears.
Transporter Room 3, beam the helmsman directly to the planet to join the rest of his Romulan friends.
Okay.
But these are not beaming space in him.
You want to beam the helmsman to the planet?
Yep.
Okay. The helmsman's gone.
Should we beam some cake with him just to say something to eat?
So,
catnip and cake.
are any of you going to check on the captain that Ferrin left alone? By the way.
Well, I've already beaten him up, so.
Oh, is he unconscious? Well,
Tabby, go and check on the Romulan captain.
Hello, would you like some cake?
The Romulan captain is not there.
Oh.
There's a reason I was rolling some dice.
Oh, it seems to be some kind of escape. Have you better send the escape part to search for him?
You and your trusting nature, Lieutenant. You're on report.
Oh, hold on. I didn't leave the captain unattended playing possum. Now he's Lord knows where. Instead of us bickering, why don't we get him on internal sensors and wrangle him back, and maybe we should also have a sit down in the observation lounge.
Well, you're the one who's supposed to lock the holodeck doors.
Well, you've got the key.
You've got the authorization code for that for the holodeck doors. Considering you begged the captain to give you full control over the holodeck systems, just because all the families on here wouldn't give up their holodeck time for you to entertain your bonfire fantasies.
Oh my goodness!
I resemble that implication. Instead of us bickering, let's bicker. Let's find this. We've got a. Need I remind you that you are the chief of security, and we now have a fairly sizable security breach running around who knows where. In the ship, we need to contain them.
Ensign Tabby, scan the ship for the missing Romulan. And as soon as he's found, erect a series of force fields around his location.
Okay.
I hope we've got a really good
family. We can do that.
I hope we've got a good force field budget for this show, because, well, I think we've had to cut power to life support at this point to sustain all this force fields we got running.
Well, that's why I wanted the Romulan cloaking device to sell to pay for all this energy usage.
Oh, I feel punch drunk.
And if it comes to it, use energy from the shuttles.
So, what is it you're actually doing? Are you trying to scan for life signs?
Scan for the Romulan, and then as soon as he's found, activate a few force fields around his location.
Okay.
Should we sound an intruder alert? We're not the only people on this ship.
That would probably be a good idea.
Intruder alert. Reach the security seal off decks 10 through 12.
Meanwhile, could I have a control plus security check from Tabby to check on to do the life scan?
Oh, control. Let me find my stats again. Sorry, not too many tabs open. So where are we? Control is 9, security is 4. So let me just check. It's 2d20, yes?
Yep.
1 and 3.
Okay, those are good successes. Unfortunately, it looks like someone has managed to.
Oh no, sorry. I'm afraid I misrolled. I'm very sorry. I put it in as 10 for some reason.
Okay.
Let me run that again. Should have been 4 and 3.
Oh, Lex, thank you very much. This is such a great show, and you all having a good time. That's what I love about role playing. Like, I've got a brief here. We're completely off it, and it's great.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think they had us in mind when they wrote this game. May I ask, is this the Lex that was on a Question of Trek a couple of times?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I liked him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Good to see you again. Yes.
What were your rolls again? Sorry, Tabby.
So 4 and 3.
Yeah.
Still good successes. Unfortunately, it seems that someone has managed to scramble the internal sensors, so they're not really showing much at the moment.
Scrambled sensors. We have those in the canteen. I didn't know.
Scrambled sensor frittata, isn't it?
So yes, you're not really able to get any legible readings from them at the moment, which is a bit,
Right,
Well-
you succeed in getting illegible readings.
bit of a bugger.
What about old Dowd's this is starting to hurt. What am I trying? Oh, telepathy.
Telepathicons. Lex, I would love to have you back on the show. That would be great. I know that Naomi's got a couple of guests set up already for the show about Star Trek 6, but I don't know about anyone after that. Captain Dad, yeah.
No. I don't even know who's coming on. It seems to be a bit hush hush.
Yes, I don't know who she's lined up. It would be cool to see.
Come
We'll find
anyway,
her.
just in case. We don't have the best track record when it comes to retaining invited guests.
That is true. But yeah, we'd love to have you back on. We're definitely doing all the Next Generation films, so we might be able to line you up for them.
I've got those on DVD.
So here's the question. Now that you know that the sensors are scrambled, what is the next move? Telepathy. That was it, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to ask for insight plus medicine.
Okay. And I have those.
Yes.
Insight is 10. Medicine is 4, so 14.
Okay.
And so is it a 2d20?
2d20 again.
Oh, what's happened here? 7 and 10. So I think that's two successes.
Excellent. Right. What is it you're using your telepathy for? To try and find out where they are or what they're thinking or what?
Yeah, to locate him. To locate the captain.
They appear to be in the Jeffries tubes, attempting to get to the shuttle bay.
Well, do we have any more shields left at all, or have they been all given out? I think we need to contain him and remotely deactivate shuttles.
Okay, that's not a problem. You can do that. So the
see the sound effects are getting weaker as we go along. I think commensurate to the amount of power we have left from all the things we've left running, all these shields we've got going.
You're definitely taxing the ship. Let's put it that way. At the
we
moment,
may have to kick it, turn it on, and let it idle for a bit, just to
recharge the batteries.
Yeah, step on the accelerator a few times, and
So
I don't know how to drive it. That's Tabby's bailiwick. I push other buttons.
I don't do the broom brooms. I do the beep beeps.
Yeah. But not the pew-pews. Not allowed to touch those. More's the pity.
That's Farron's speciality, yes.
That is Farron. He's disappeared. So
Yeah.
you've got the captain sealed in a Jeffries tube at the moment, and the shuttle bay is disabled. The doors and everything into there, you can't open them at the moment because you've put a security lock on those. So the question is, what do you do now? Hello, Amelia.
We cuddle Amelia, don't we? That's the next thing on the agenda.
Oh, she is cuddly.
I do have an allergy, I'm afraid.
So do I, which I found out after I got a cat.
Oh no!
Did we find our elusive Romulan captain?
We have found they are stuck in a Jeffries tube at the moment, surrounded by force fields. Yeah,
we thought you'd like the force fields.
It turns out that I'm allergic to cats, but I found out when I had a cat, and it's like, well, I've adopted this cat. I can't just abandon them. So I just took antihistamines for 16 years.
Yeah, a lifetime of Claritin for you, yeah. Or whatever the UK equivalent is.
Actually, we have Claritin here, yeah.
Transport the Romulan directly to the brig. You'll have to share a cell.
Okay, the Romulan is now in the brig.
He won't be lonely. Do we not think that maybe it would be a good idea for Sella and the cat, like, to give Sella an opportunity to convince the commander of our goodwill? It'll be a bit of an uphill struggle considering we have, destroyed his ship.
Well, they were firing at us.
Pardon?
No, it's a fair point. They were firing on you.
Well, yes, they did poke the bear, so they got the claws. But still, if we are to assume that we've got Sella on side, Sella on side. I don't know where I put those R's in for some reason.
Well, we'll have this meeting in the ready room.
Sorry?
We'll have this meeting in the captain's ready room.
You want to take?
I take it you'll be sitting at the big desk.
You want to take the Romulans to the captain's ready room?
Yep. There's only one door.
There's only one door to the cell as well, isn't there?
There is, yes.
We've got to try and build trust with them.
Okay, let's all go to the captain's ready room. So we're in that bit there now, apparently.
Right. Reach the transporter room 3. Beam the Romulan captain directly into the ready room. Just so he doesn't think about making a run for it on the way.
So here we are. We're all in the captain's ready room.
We're all there now. Okay, we didn't send them ahead.
I assume someone is blocking the door, so they can't get out.
I've got 7 security guards outside.
Okay, let's do that. So
who's loading it up in the big chair?
So here's the Romulan captain. Well, Federation. Why are we here?
You seem to be the one getting on so well with the Romulans, Lieutenant Dowd. You can do the talking.
So why are we here, Federation?
Watch your mouth.
Haven't you done enough already today?
Before I'm trying to channel my inner Troy. Let us participate in discussion before this situation becomes inflated. I think she used that sort of language when she was the Tal Shiar sort of
I remember that.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, diffuse before the situation becomes inflated.
I did love her, Marina Sirtis, when she was doing a talk at a Star Trek convention. So the moment I lost weight and was pretty enough to wear the uniform, I suddenly became an authority on Romulan technology.
She does the best conventions. I've seen her twice. I had quite the crush on her as a young buck, and she was saying her technical knowledge, her ability as an officer had an inverse relationship to her cleavage. So when she had loads of cleavage, she was basically saying a lot of daft things. And then as soon as she got a uniform that went up to here, she said, they gave me things to hold and I knew what to do with them. She had phasers and tricorders, and Timescape was a really good example of that. Romulans use an artificial singularity as a power source.
Tell him stop flirting and carry on with the interrogation.
It's true, though. And she was telling this to Data and Geordie.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't know.
But and that's a far cry from when she said, like, in the olden days, in the beginning, they would give her lines and she'd be like, that makes just to give her something to do because she hadn't spoken in a while. And she was like, the lines would they had nothing to do, like they were very technical or something that Troy at that point wouldn't know how to do. So, and she would say, oh, let someone else have that line. I don't need it. Like just to sort of like, go in a formula like, well, you haven't spoken for 5 turns. It should be your turn. But she was like, no, it's not really a Troy line. Someone else can have it.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, I would say to the captain, do we know the captain's name? Can't say Seller, that's taken.
Well, how about Attic? We've had Seller.
Sorry, it took me a moment. I'm very slow today, but I do get there in the end.
Okay, the Romulus captain's name is Atuk.
Atuk, okay. Commander. I know you don't use captains.
Commander Atuk.
Commander Atuk. Can I call you Loft for short?
You cannot.
Captain Loftus. Or anyway, Commander Atuk. I have been able to come to an understanding with your first officer that both the Romulan Star Empire and the Federation are facing the same threat, and it would be in our best interests to set aside our differences, who blew up what, so on and so forth. And we need to pool our information, our resources to combat a threat that is facing both the Federation and the Romulan Star Empire. So please, Sella, over to you.
Now I've got to talk to myself, haven't I?
Yes, you do.
Commander, he speaks the truth. They're not here to assist the Klingons. They're trying to clear up the Klingons' mess. Oh, really? I still have doubts about you Federations. You blew up my ship.
I have doubts about you, Romulan.
You blew up my ship. We've been chasing one of your Federation members on the planet's surface. You have a known allegiance with the Klingons who have been here fighting alongside the parasites. How can you say you are not involved?
As a gesture of goodwill, Commander, I'm prepared to have the Starfleet officer in question brought here, where we will question him together.
Don't make me do 3 voices at once.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, Game Master.
Is that satisfactory?
Easy lies the head that wears the crown, surely.
Yeah. Damage is the neck that has to wear a crown.
But I will not allow you to interrogate him alone. It's either in this room or not at all.
If this Federation... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I do not see how this can keep up. We know that Federation officers have been involved, or at least Federation members have been involved in this scheme, this threat to our very way of life.
I assure you, Commander, that the Federation as a whole had nothing to do with this. And if this If this Federation citizen you've been chasing is involved, surely it would make sense to interrogate him together and find out what he knows.
Very well, I agree.
Bring security, bring that officer to the ready room.
Okay, Ensign LaSalle comes in. He's the guy.
Commander, if you want, we may have the first question.
Why were you? Go on.
Sorry, is there not a Romulan down there as well? Wasn't there the LaSalle and a Romulan? Should we not bring them? Should we not point that out to the commander and then say, there's also a Romulan down there? Unless you know what they're up to, we should bring them both up and get to the bottom of this.
Not yet. That Romulan we've got in the brig's our trump card.
Okay, I'm not sure what you're playing at, but okay.
Yes. We don't want to reveal him until we need to.
Which Romulan in the? I mean, there's probably a few by now, but who are you referring to, Farron?
Well, the one covered monkey says we've got in the brig from the planet.
The one that was chasing the Federation person.
Oh gosh, I forgot. So that is the one Romulan that was on the planet. We beamed him up.
Yep. No, we'll leave him for now. And see
okay, I didn't realize we'd be. If it happened, I forgot. Sorry. I'm back with you now.
Okay.
Right. Well, Commander, if you may have the first question.
Why are you here? What here on this planet? Not here in this room. Why are you here?
It's a bit of a philosophical question, really, isn't it? I mean, why are any of us here, really?
You're not the Romulan I spoke to before, says Ensign LaSalle. I assume
you have different voices.
You know the Romulan I spoke to before, are you? He's from Scotland now, because it's the only accent I can do. So you're not the Romulan I spoke to before. I hope you're better than I am, better than the last one. He was on the what was it, the DCS. He seemed a decent sort, but he's not here now. I'm a bit concerned about him. But I was here because of these parasites. I'm trying to get back into the field and deal with them. They killed my captain, my crew. I deserve some payback, and I intend to get it. So
from Starbase 101.
Yeah, so I stole a shuttle from a runabout from Starbase 117 after I was told to go back to Earth for questioning about these parasite things. But the last thing I need to do is answer more questions. We need to act. So I stole this thing and I came here.
Why do you think we're asking the questions if not to act? We need information upon which to act on.
Oh, come on.
If your information checks out, I'll make sure you're not court-martialed for disobeying direct orders and stealing a runabout.
Oh, come on. You and I both know that all that questioning on Earth would have been red tape. Do we really need red tape while we're dealing with an existential threat? And how would I know the people on Earth that were questioning me hadn't already been infected by the parasites? It happened before. It could happen again.
We're asking the questions, not you.
Very well, then ask some questions, because you know I'm right.
Lieutenant Dowd, you may have the next question.
Oh, Tom.
Ensign Tabby, you're not to offer him cake.
That's all right. I've already eaten.
Ensign LaSalle, what was the nature of your alliance with Romulans?
What alliance? All I said was, like I told you before, I got the runabout, and I was coming here to try and avenge my crew. They were all killed, and I think they deserve closure the same way I do. So I came across that warbird, the Decius. The commander was perfectly fine. He understood what was going on here. He understood the threat. He saw the danger, and he took action, same way as I did. I told him to find more people that would believe us and that hadn't been infected.
And what is the purpose of this Iconian Stargate?
That I don't know. I was investigating when I got run off by the Romulans. You know that some of them down there are infected. You know that, right?
Down where? Sorry.
On the planet. Where you been, Bear, from? Come on. It hasn't been that long. Come on.
Well, no, but
with infected Romulans on the surface, I'll move with fire a photon torpedo.
Okay. So what's next?
Recommendations?
Yeah. What information?
Do we nuke these Romulans, these supposedly infected Romulans, or do we explore other options?
I think the other option was what Lieutenant Dowd was about to say.
Well, no. So what is your current information or your current intel on the numpty threat? Sorry, the neural parasite threat.
Okay.
She's back on book.
Okay, so this is all I know. This appears to be where the ground zero of the current invasion. I think I'm right in saying that it is an invasion that we're dealing with here of the Federation, the Klingon Empire, and the Romulan Star Empire. We're all under threat here. We should all be banded together to deal with this. The focus seems to be on this planet. There's something down there that they want, that they think that will help them to spread. That's all I know. I want to get down there and actually finish this fight.
I imagine that one particular person might be interested in a slightly different thing to do with the planet at the moment.
Well, since you want to fight, may I suggest we fire a nuke at these Romulans?
Yes, that's what I had predicted, yes.
Here's the thing, guys. There are Romulans on the planet. Not all of them will be infected, but you don't know which ones. And you have a Romulan on board who's not going to be... Well, actually, you have a couple of Romulans on board now that are not going to be happy. Plus the one that you beamed down to the surface, who's not going to be happy if he gets nuked. Because, as you already confirmed, they're not covered in parasites.
Yes, let's not do any collateral damage, shall we? Can we beam down in biohazard suits and wander around and find the problem? That sounds like fun.
Commander, since these Romulans on the surface are apparent traitors, I assume you have no problem with us firing one little nuclear weapon at them.
Of course I have a problem with it. You and I both know that if we manage to remove the parasite from the infected people within the correct time limit, then we will be able to bring them back safely. So no, I cannot agree with just firing at the surface and hoping for the best. What if we didn't even hit them all? Then we'd be back here sooner than we'd like, having to do this all over again. We need to go down there with a surgical team and find the problem and end it. That's what I think.
Reach the transporter room 3. Beam the Romulan captain directly to the surface. Since he wants to go down there so bad.
Seriously?
Perhaps before we do that, may I ask a question of the Ensign LaSalle?
Of course.
Well, we're not beaming him to the surface. We're only beaming the Romulan captain.
Ensign LaSalle, do you have any knowledge of the whereabouts of the the neural parasite brood queen.
We said it was on the southern. There's all I can say for certain is that they appear to be concentrating on a small area on the southern continent where there's a lot of ruins. I think the brood is somewhere in there.
Do you have the coordinates for this area?
Not on me, but they would have been in my ship.
Reach the transporter room 2. Beam the engines runabout directly to the shuttle bay.
Okay.
Lieutenant Dowden and Ensign Tabby, go to the runabout and get the coordinates.
Okay. For that, I will need a. Let's have a look. Control plus con check.
Well, I've got an 11 and 4 for that one.
Yeah, but you've sent them to do it, so.
Control and con. That's 9 for me. Tabby's the driver. I'm assuming he's got a bit more oomph in that area.
Oh, I've only got 9 for control and 2 for con.
Okay, so
and
11.
Plus 1 from me.
Yes, you can assist, of course. So if Lieutenant Dowd were to roll 1d20.
Oh, sure.
And Tabby were to roll 2.
19 and 19.
Ah.
Yes.
What have you got there?
11.
So no successes.
No soap. No success, no soap.
It's you could always try again. I mean, it hasn't changed.
Neither has my ability. Oh, federation.
For the most part, are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to clear off my stool so I can sit more. I've got a different laptop sitting on it, so
right.
I was just trying to dislodge it so I could sit more comfortably.
Fair enough. So if you want to try it again and see what happens, because the shuttlecraft is for the most part intact inside.
Okay. So roll again is what you're saying.
Try again.
I rolled 4, so that's a success from me.
Yeah.
10 and 4.
So 3 successes. That means you could bank the extra momentum if you like.
Sorry, is that 3 successes?
Yes.
How good is the interest rate in this bank?
Wait, how? Sorry, can you help me to understand how that is 3 successes?
Okay, you got a success, and Tabby got 2 successes.
How could he get 2 successes if he rolled a 10 and his score is a 9?
Oh, I'm thinking he was 11.
Unless I've got it wrong, which is...
No, I've got no, the score is 9 for control, 2 for con.
Yeah, so you're 11.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel I've made rather a fool of myself.
Hey, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. So you got that extra success, but you have got the coordinates. And the coordinates are slightly to the south of the main center of the ruins on the southern continent. So basically a very large building.
Should we beam ourselves down to the very large building in biohazard suits?
No, we're not risking anything. We're not risking any of us getting infected by the queen parasite.
What's the biohazard suit before?
Lock on the most powerful nuke we have and set it to those coordinates.
You're going to nuke the site of the brood.
Or
if we destroy the queen, then it should kill all the other parasites.
We haven't spoken to the EMH in a while. Have they been successful in? Well, they were supposed to be coming up with a method of detecting, which could perhaps. Could he craft some sort of a toxin or a bio agent that would debilitate or otherwise exterminate the neural parrot. I just want to call them numpties now. so much easier, so fewer syllables.
Well, we haven't got the budget for Robert Picardo this week.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
Oh, Robert, so glad you could join us.
Oh, of course. You want me to do what? You want me to create a toxin? Beforehand, you were asking me if I could work on a detection method.
And you did that so wonderfully and so well. We're just wondering could that information be teeny bit weaponized?
Pressing the button and delete these ethical subroutines. Well, I've just flicked a switch and turned him into Mr. Hyde, so he should.
Well, I guess there's the ethical Star Trek discussion. Are they, are we justified in wiping out a threat to any civilization apparently it comes across with, that is also guilty of genetic manipulation and, quite frankly, are rude?
It's like Tom Baker. Tom Baker's fourth Doctor appears holding some.
Do I have the right?
Do I have the right to touch these two wires together?
Right. To appease the Romulan commander, breach of Transporter Room 3, transport any Romulans on the surface of the planet directly to the cargo bay.
On the surface of the planet. Okay.
Uninfected Romulans, yes.
And then we're gonna nuke the site from orbit.
Okay.
Are we going to get in trouble for knocking out an Iconian gate? Because we're going to assume that's what's drawn them to this.
Here's the thing, guys.
This location.
Here's the thing, guys.
Iconians are extinct.
I need to point one thing out. There are Romulans on the surface. You cannot see any from your scans. You cannot see any indication of an Iconian gateway on the surface.
But if there's no indication of it on sensors, then our logs don't need to report on it, and we don't need to worry about it.
Well, hang on. She says on the surface. There's more on the surface. It might be in a cave or under the ocean or somewhere.
Well, I don't care where it is. If there is one, we need to deal with this threat and quickly. Transporter Room 3, beam the Romulans to the cargo bay.
Oh, but
Beep, 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 beep. Sorry, sir, unable to comply. It appears that there is a scrambling field. The surface is the target area is surrounded by transport inhibitors.
Should we get the shuttle out?
Typical.
On you.
You want to fire a nuke? This is the thing. The Romulans may have worked out that what keeps happening. So they've got transport scramblers in place around that building, and that's where they are, or at least that's where they're near.
Go down in a shuttle and destroy the inhibitors.
Well, let's get some biohazard suits and go in a shuttle to this planet.
Okay. The Romulan commander and sub-commander would like to come and help.
Let's let them come, shall we? Let's give them biohazard suits as well.
Don't give them access to any classified Federation material.
That's fair enough. And guys, at that point, I think that's a great place to end, because we're about to descend onto the planet for what may well be the final chapter of this mission.
Might be our final chapter.
Well, once we've rescued the Romulans on the planet, then we can nuke it.
We're just going to go through this thing, and by the end of it, it's just going to be a massive set of nukes on a map that says Ferren was here, right across the galaxy.
And then at the end of the mission, I'll resign my commission and take a shuttlecraft back to Bajor. That way I can avoid getting court-martialed.
Guys, I've really enjoyed tonight. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you've enjoyed it too.
Oh, yes. Never a dull moment.
That's what I love about role-playing. It's just weird. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. And to everyone who's joined us in the audience, thank you so much. Live long and prosper. we'll see you next week for what may well be the start of the finale of this set of stories for Star Trek Adventures.
You just never know.
I was actually expecting this week to be the start of the finale, and then you started questioning Romulans. It's never a dull moment. Take care, guys, and have a great night. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye now. Ta-ra.